Conspiracy theories, eh? Wait till you get a load of this.
Hello, and welcome to Cracked Sisters Conspiracies. We're a podcast that covers conspiracy theories, mysteries, and all of our spooky shit. My name's Jackie.
And I'm Cassandra.
And we are Said Sisters.
I must say, your mic sounds so much better now. I'm glad you fixed it.
It only took me 500 episodes, but Alex finally fixed it because I didn't realize that you don't just turn everything up and call it a day.
No, there is some, finesse and finagling that needs to be done, but good job.
Yay. I know, it sounded really good on the episode,
Good.
The last one.
Nice. What's going on? What's new? What's exciting?
Alex and I got bit by a dog.
Excuse you?
The dog was one of ours.
Oh,
In a very traumatic event.
well, now I must hear all about this.
So I was working and I was doing like a video call with my boss, and Archer, my black German Shepherd, and Lola, the pit bull, were playing in here like they always do. And at some point I hear like a crying, and I haven't heard it before. So I look over and Archer is really close to Lola. So I thought maybe he was biting her too hard.
Okay.
So I yelled at them to get apart, but they're not. And the whining and crying is getting louder and it's sounding more severe. And I'm like, what is happening? And they're not separating from each other. So I get up and I go look at them and I'm trying to see what's happening. And I need to get close because somehow Archer wears a choke chain.
Yeah.
So it's loose. And if you pull the string, it gets tight, but it's loose. Lola got her paw in it and then twisted. So it is cutting off circulation to her paw.
Oh,
Choking Archer. So I'm like, oh my God. So I go to grab her paw, which I guess is in a lot of pain, and she fucking bites through my hand. So like she bit into my hand through the other side.
oh my God, look at that.
She hit a tendon. So I like can't use most of my hand. Like I can only, it's better now. It's been a week,
Okay.
but like I couldn't pick up anything. Holding my phone with my hand hurt. So I screamed for Alex because thankfully he's unemployed and home. So he comes out and he's like, what is the problem? And I go, this is happening. And he's like, okay. And I go, be careful. She's going to bite you. And he's like, okay. So he goes to look. And of course she fucking bites him. He starts bleeding. She got him in the same fucking spot. So he can't really use his hand. And I go, you have to make sure it's not choking Archer. So he like gets his fingers in so it's not choking him. And Lola is just losing her mind. Archer's being so calm, but Lola is going apeshit, probably because it hurts.
Of course. She's scared. She's in
rightfully
pain.
so. So I'm running up and down the stairs 500 times trying to find, because we need to cut his chain off.
Yeah.
But it is like industrial chain. I don't know what the fuck to cut it with. We don't have bolt cutters. Running up and down the stairs trying to find different things to hand to Alex. Like, will this work? Will this work? We're putting in all the pressure that we can where nothing is happening. And he's like, I have a Dremel in the bed of my truck. So he's like, go get it. So I run downstairs, and before I open the door, I hear a commotion. And I'm like, are you okay? He's like, just go. I'm like, that does not sound promising. Like it was like a scream and a thump and a this and a that. Like it was a lot. So trying to get the fucking toolbox open. I cannot get it open to save my life. And then finally Alex comes out. He's like, I got it. I'm like, okay. So I go upstairs. I go, what happened when I went downstairs? He's like, Lola kept fucking biting me. He goes, and she got crazy. And like, she would start like freaking out. And he like had to calm because she's running with Archer and with Alex.
Oh, no.
He's trying to calm her. And she fucking lost it and bit him one last time in the same spot. And he's like, I fucking punched her. And then, so she screamed, he goes, and I said, fuck this. He goes, and he just ripped the chain off of Archer. Thankfully, it didn't take his ears.
Oh my God.
It
Brute
freed
force.
everyone. I'm so traumatized. I have not forgiven Lola, even though it's not her fault.
It's
like she's not my favorite dog to begin with. And she fucking bit the shit out of me. And so I am holding a grudge.
And like Lola is the goodest girl at any other time. She's such a sweet potato. And it's true of any dog. In that situation, she reacted exactly how you would expect. She was scared. She was hurt. She was panicking. And
I know, but it's so hard because you can't communicate with them. Like, hey, dipshit, I'm trying to help you.
Right.
Please don't bite me. I know you don't want to be in this situation. I don't want you in this situation, but it didn't
was her
out.
paw okay?
It was fine.
Was Archer okay?
Yeah, he was like really quiet afterwards, like that was scary. But everyone was like really quiet the rest of the day. And then I get back because I went downstairs and I'm like, oh, I gotta go recall Josh back. And he's still sitting here. I go, why are you watching? He's like, that was really intense to listen to. I go, you should like close the browser. Like this was a private moment where I'm like dying.
I feel like those boundaries are just kind of disintegrating.
Yeah, we don't really have any, but I thought that was funny. But that's what's new with me. What's new with you?
Nothing as exciting. Like Evan's on his way back from getting a CAT scan today because
for what?
He's dying, you know. Once he hit 40, everything just started not working. But so TBD, we'll fill you in on more later. But yesterday was Grayson's first football game of the season. They did great, but because it's so fucking hot, it's like 110 right now during the day. They kept pushing the time back, so her game didn't start till like 7:30.
See that picture you posted? It was dark outside.
Yes, because that was at like 8:30, and we're like, oh shit, we're hungry, and I'm like, I want a drink tonight because we're not keeping alcohol in the house because Evan doesn't want to drink and whatever. But I'm like, I want to drink. So he had found this liquor store that has little drink kits. It has a couple of pocket shots in there and like a mixer, and then you can get like a cup of ice. And so I'm like, oh my God.
And it's like a Slurpee cup almost, but instead of a hole in the lid, it's like a completely closed lid.
It has the hole in the lid because sometimes the little pocket shots
okay.
shoot out of it. But yeah, you just take it home, put it over the ice and mix it. It's a very clever idea. And I think that we could have fun with that, just making our own.
Yeah.
My only criticism is they're too sweet because they use full sugar versions of everything. And then, like,
what drinks did you have? I'm trying to pull up the picture.
So we got 3 different ones to try. The first one was called Blue Cup. And so it was a Sprite. It had 2 pocket shots of blue raspberry lemonade Smirnoff and then some Grand Marnier. It was good, but again, it was very sweet.
Yeah.
Evan had a grape squeeze, which
looks like a sugar rush.
It was 2 grape pocket shots, some very blue liqueur, so a headache in a bottle, plus a grape squeeze it as the mixer.
Oh, okay.
Which you can't see in that picture. And then it's called a Hood Paloma. So it was lime Bacardi, it was tequila, it was a can of squirt, and then it had like the lemon lime like salt that you put in it. Yeah. It was actually very good. That was the better of the 3.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so like if you do like the 0 versions of different Cokes and stuff, you can get creative.
Yeah, I've seen those from videos in Japan. Like you go to like a 7-Eleven and you open up the cooler and it's like a cup with ice and it has like a film on it that you peel back. And then it comes with it, like you go to the fridge section and you get whatever mixer you want with it. It has the pocket shot and the mixer and you get to put it all together and drink it. And it's like a couple bucks. But yeah, it's very smart. We should definitely make our own.
Yeah, it was just something to try out. And that way he, was able to get me what I wanted because I was jonesing for a drink without having an entire bottle. That sounds awful. And then this morning, so we had, 1.5 drinks essentially between the 2 of us. And I felt fine because that is how I am. And he was just like, I don't feel good.
Oh my God.
I mean, he lived to tell the tale, but I'm like, okay, so this really just kind of sealed the deal on that. You're no fun anymore.
That is no fun. We have to get rid of him.
That's the most exciting thing that's been going on in my life. So.
Okay.
I was trying to remember what your topic was without going to the end of the last episode to remind myself because I could not remember for the life of me.
Question. Did you remember or you're still unsure?
I'm still unsure, and I also don't have a topic picked out for myself for this coming week. So.
Well, that's fine. You just have to have it and be completed by Saturday.
Great. No pressure. Just add it to the list.
So my topic is covering the McDonald's ice cream machine scandal.
That's right. And we had McDonald's to go with our liquor store drinks last night because that's the only thing that was open.
I know. This story is near and dear to my heart just because it's McDonald's. That was my second job.
Out of 37.
Out of 5,000. Yes. I was in high school. I worked actually 3 jobs all at once, and McDonald's was one of them. It was fun. We worked at a ratchet one. So the managers were young and they were really cool, except like one of them. And I worked with Bree, who was my best friend at the time.
That's
we
right.
literally, it was just debauchery. And like everyone in the grill, they were like guys in their early 20s, maybe. And at least once a week, like there would be an issue where someone would come through drive-through or someone would come inside and say some shit. And then all of the grill is gone because they have gone outside to beat the shit out of these people. And like that was just the norm. It was like a Waffle House. Everyone fucking threw down. No one was professional at all. I told my manager to suck my ass at some point.
That's very specific.
It was a really fun job though, and I really much liked it. But I do remember a lot of the times we would tell people that our ice cream machine was down, even though it wasn't. It was because it was being cleaned or no one wanted to make the ice cream. So we would just say, I'm sorry, it's broken, which is a really common thing.
That's bullshit, by the way.
I love their ice cream. I love soft serve ice cream. If I could have a machine, I would just sit there with it in my mouth.
You know what?
That.
That's another money-making venture on the side. There you go. You just inspired yourself.
Perfect. So I had originally heard about this scandal through a TikTok video from creator Cancel This Clothing Co. He does like a lot of conspiracies. And then he heard about this video through a more long, extensive video from someone named Johnny Harris. So it sounds like the original creator or the original person to bring light to this was Johnny Harris.
Okay.
But you can watch either of those videos and get like a good concept of what's going on. A lot of my information from this specific episode was taken from some Wired news articles, Inc.com, and quoted from legal transcripts regarding this topic that we kind of get into a little bit later.
Oh, so like sources with some validity to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So have you ever gone to a McDonald's, you yourself, and found that they said that the ice cream machine was broken or you couldn't get a McFlurry because it was whatever excuse?
Yes. And I did that with a very small child. And that was her reward that I had. You behave properly during X, Y, and Z, you can get a cone or whatever. And we had made it to the end of the day. I was about ready to kill myself, but we did it and we pull into McDonald's and so sorry. Cue the tears, cue the mom rage on the way home. I had to think of something else, but it ruined the rest of my day.
I am sorry.
And I've also had that issue once myself when I really wanted a McFlurry and was told that it was down and I thought they were lying.
Probably are. I don't think I actually have ever had that experience, but I don't get ice cream from them. Hardly ever. I did a lot when I worked there because I was a kid and you get free McDonald's every shift you work if you work 4 hours. I get why people are like morbidly obese a lot when you work there just because it's a lot of fast food being shoved down your throat for free. But anyway, so many people were actually experiencing this broken or down ice cream machine issue that in 2016, memes started to circulate about McDonald's ice cream machines constantly being broken because it was happening so frequently all over the US. There is a website called McBroken.com. It was created in October of 2020, and it shows real-time data of all working, broken, or inconclusive McDonald's ice cream machines in the entire world.
Oh.
And basically what it does, the site operates by using McDonald's online ordering system. It submits a request for an ice cream sundae. And then after 30 minutes, it checks back on that request to see if it was approved or denied based on the availability or working of the ice cream machine. And then it relays that information back. And that's what you see on the website.
Okay.
As of me writing this notes, which was about 3 hours ago, 14.72% of all McDonald's ice cream machines are currently broken.
Oh,
With the highest percentage of broken machines currently being in New York at 32%.
wow. That's actually surprising. And also, this sounds like a COVID project that someone was inspired to create.
Has some validity.
I'm just
covered some where like that's a stretch, but yes, this is in the midst of the beginning of COVID.
Well, and it's like, was that what inspired them? The sheer boredom of being trapped at home? Because I support these kinds of projects if that's the case.
It actually was not, which you will find out later. But I don't think it really got the attention that it needed until recently. So it's been like publicized after COVID. Like it's really popular right now if you look into it.
Okay.
In 2017, 3 women attacked a McDonald's employee in Florida, which I don't even need to say anymore. That
seems a bit much.
That's accurate. After learning that the ice cream machine was broken. The McDonald's Twitter account tweeted in August 2020 that the company had a joke about our soft serve machine, but they were worried that it wouldn't work. because their ice cream machine is down so often. So now we're going to talk about a company called Taylor. Have you ever heard of the Taylor Company?
I don't think what do they make? Not tailor made, like that's golf, but just
oh my
Taylor?
gosh, Taylor made. Did you ever watch I Love New York?
I don't recall if I had actually like watched it.
There was a guy because they didn't have real names in those celebrity dating shows. Everyone had a name. There was a guy that wore a suit and she named him Taylor Made, and he was like the nerdiest dude. And that just brought me back to that.
And I did not recall. I was more of Rock of Love, Tila Tequila. What was the one with
Daisy of Love?
That one too. What's his face? Who was married?
Flavor Flav?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
that was exactly.
I watched all of that, which is how New York got her own spinoff because she was on that show.
Okay, that makes sense.
In 1956, Ray Kroc, who was the founding owner and operator of the McDonald's franchise business, made a So you should know this. You just watched the documentary, didn't you?
Not that long ago, but yeah.
There you go. He made a handshake agreement with the Taylor Company to supply milkshake machines for the fast food chain as its exclusive supplier. The two companies have continued to operate to this very day. So while Taylor makes soft serve machines for other fast food brands, such as Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, and Dairy Queen, they offer a specific model for McDonald's franchises only.
Okay.
So to answer your question, they make ice cream machines and like a plethora of other things, but that's basically what they're known for.
That they intentionally break on purpose for McDonald's only.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That is a theory. So part of their agreement with McDonald's is that only Taylor repair technicians can work on the ice cream machine, no third parties.
Okay.
And Taylor can get away with making it hard to repair its industrial equipment because of 1998's Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or the DMCA. And this law allows companies like John Deere and Taylor to lock down their devices and prevent people from making easy repairs without having to go through a middleman, which is currently being appealed.
Yeah, that's very common, but it sucks when that's the case. So,
25% of Taylor's more than $300 million revenue comes from maintenance and repair services alone in reference to their ice cream machines.
Why is so much repair and service being needed? That seems excessive.
So let's get into it. The most prominent machine is the Taylor C602, which is used in approximately 13,000 of the 40,000 McDonald's restaurants as of 2021. And it's notorious for its reliability issues and constantly breaking down. Because the C602 consists of a whole bunch of dairy latent pipes, it's incredibly prone to bacterial infection and contamination.
Sure.
So to combat this issue, the machine heats the ice cream mixture once a day to kill any bacteria that may be growing inside those pipes.
Okay.
This process involves heating the mixture to about 151 degrees Fahrenheit. And so from beginning to end, heating and then refreezing the mixture, it can be pumped out as ice cream. It takes about 4 hours.
Oh.
According to Inc.com, the troubleshooting method that people tend to go to if it gives you some sort of error is to run the cleaning cycle again. Like that's what's recommended, causing the machine to be down for an additional 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
So for our location specifically, when I worked at McDonald's, obviously we were open 24 hours as most McDonald's are.
Okay.
But at some point, the night manager, before it went into like the graveyard manager, their job was to clean the ice cream machine. So that's 4 hours that it has to be down for, which is why we just say it's broken. Because if we say it's cleaning, people get annoyed for whatever reason.
Sure.
Even though I think the truth is probably better. But if it doesn't work or you do the 4 hour cleaning and it throws another error code, they tell you to just try it again. So that's 8 hours. That's someone's whole entire shift. And then now 4 hours a day equates to 16% of the day, which I didn't really think about. And if the first cleaning cycle fails and you have to go through a second, that's now 33% of your day is involved with this machine down and you're trying to fix it.
No.
If you try the second cleaning cycle and it still is throwing some sort of error code, then the only thing that you have left to do is call out a repair technician.
A Taylor repair technician.
Yes, because as I mentioned, it is exclusively Taylor repair technicians only. So they have to come out and it can take weeks for them to come out on site, which means that this ice cream machine is down for weeks at a time.
Weeks?
Yep.
What kind of service level agreement is that? My God.
But you have so many locations. You think this would be probably the busiest repair company in the history of the world where they just work on call 24/7. But I guess not. And Taylor's alleged costs for their technicians to come out and repair a machine for 15 minutes, because that's usually all it takes for them to fix it, is $315.
I mean, that seems high, but
especially if your machine's breaking down even once a month, that's whatever.
That is way too high.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Naturally, many franchise owners don't like this. They think it's bullshit.
Well, it's an unnecessary cost. It seems avoidable.
Exactly. And not only is it costing them money to have to wait for the repair guy to come out and then they pay him or her to repair it, but nearly 60% of McDonald's dessert sales rely on a working ice cream machine.
Yeah.
They don't only have cones, they have McFlurries, they have sundaes, they have all these different things. And then they do have other desserts, but those aren't as popular.
Yeah, because it being down completely eliminates that revenue stream right there until it's repaired.
Exactly. And so if a franchise owner is like, I don't want to wait, this is our busy ice cream season or whatever.
It's 115 degrees outside. People want their ice cream.
Exactly. So if they were to be like, I'm just going to call a local repairman real quick, if Taylor finds out, they will void the warranty for that ice cream machine, which basically means that you have to buy a whole new one.
So the way to approach it would be all these bootleg repair places. It's a hush hush situation because it's going to benefit them if they don't run their mouth and tell Taylor that they're taking care of their stuff.
That is a very good plan, which is why someone else came up with it.
Oh,
but
okay.
Before I get to that real quick, it should be noted that as of 2017, McDonald's franchises have been able to purchase competitive ice cream machines from a company called Carpagiani.
Okay.
Even though the Taylor brand is still the best, it's the most competitive, it works the best, even though it breaks down constantly, and it's still just kind of better quality. So even though they give you the option to buy elsewhere, it's kind of not in your best interest to do so.
It's implied that you should stick with that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now we're going to talk about a company called Kitch. Have you ever heard of that? Kytch?
Nope.
Well, in April of 2019, a new startup company called Kitch was created by co-founder and CEO Jeremy Sullivan and co-founder and president Melissa Nelson in Alameda County, which is up here in the Bay Area. They had heard about McDonald's ice cream machine issues, and just like you said, they decided we're going to come up with a solution that everyone can use that is more cost-effective and more time-effective.
Absolutely.
They designed this small computer that gets attached to the front panel of the Taylor soft serve ice cream machine, and it provides real-time data that addresses dozens of potential machine errors.
They made a code reader for
basically. The device will then show the specific reason for the machine's breakdown that time, and it offers remote control options, so you can leave it plugged in. The owner at 2 a.m. gets a notification on their phone. They can run the diagnostic and fix it without ever having to leave their bed.
Ooh, okay.
The Kitch device basically hacks into the ice cream machine's internals, monitors its operations, and sends diagnostic data over the internet to the owner or manager in order to help them manage it. Once they created their product, they needed to test it to see if it actually worked. So they launched their flagship device in spring of 2019 as part of a confidential product trial.
Okay.
So they needed to find McDonald's franchise owners that were willing to let them use this device secretly on their Taylor ice cream machines to see if it actually does what they think it could.
Okay.
Kitch was well aware of Taylor's rule that only Taylor-specific repair people could come out. So a condition of being approved by Kitch was that the franchise owner would have to go through a rigorous kind of background check almost.
Okay.
They had to sign an NDA about the product. And
of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
Kitch was able to find some McDonald's franchises to test their product out. And during this, they kind of found some disturbing information.
Oh.
So they discovered, and this is kind of what you alluded to in the beginning, was that Taylor had designed flawed code that caused the machines to malfunction, which would then require a costly repair each and every time.
Oh.
At the time of this discovery, it was unsure whether Taylor designed the flawed code on purpose or if they just didn't care enough to make sure that the code was fine. But either way, it's kind of negligent.
Yes, that's so shitty.
Taylor had heard about this product, Kitch, through the grapevine and through other franchise owners. And they were like, shit, we need to get our hands on this product. So they tried 3 separate times to sneakily get in on this Kitch trial run.
Okay.
So attempt number 1, Taylor's distribution manager tried to purchase the device online, but Kitsch has like a really good firewall up. So they were able to flag the person as being a Taylor manager and they blocked the sale.
Oh, okay.
The second attempt was a lawyer who was employed by Taylor's outside counsel tried to purchase the product online. But again, they were, basically found out and blocked. The third time, 2 private investigators associated with Taylor used aliases and fake email addresses to sign up online to get this product. But thankfully, those sales were also blocked.
Interesting.
Taylor's like, we really need to get this fucking shit. And they were trying any and everything that they possibly could. But thankfully, the 2 creators of this Kitsch product were very smart and they knew that Taylor or McDonald's would be after this information.
Yeah, like I can feel the desperation just peeling off of them.
During Kitsch's secret product testing, one franchise owner named Tyler Gamble reached out and he said, hey, I'm the leader of McDonald's equipment team. Therefore, I'm constantly being called and bombarded about the fucking ice cream machines breaking. I love what you guys are doing. I want to volunteer and be one of the people. And they're like, okay, that's cool. So they gave him, the product to test on his machines.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Gamble was indeed the leader of the McDonald's equipment team. But a big part of that team's responsibility was to introduce new products into McDonald's restaurants. So he was working directly with Taylor, and it was Gamble's intention to get approved by Kitsch, get his hands on the product, and then work with Taylor to reverse engineer the software that they used so they can steal it and use it for themselves.
My God, the amount of effort that they're putting into that, why don't you just redirect to making machines that don't break down or stop being a piece of shit company or make more technicians available? There's so many other things that they could be using their time, money, and effort.
They could, but they're in such this perfect little seat where they're getting so much money by being pieces of shit. And this 2-person brand new startup is coming in and they're basically taking away all of their future profits. So
I understand
they don't want a solution. They just want these people to go away.
They want to eliminate the threat. They don't want disruption. But that's part of how the world works. Too fucking bad.
Yeah. So together, Gamble and Taylor plugged the product into Gamble's ice cream machines. They disconnected it from the internet so it wouldn't relay back to Kitsch what they were doing.
Sure.
And then they continuously worked on the product so they could figure out how it worked and steal the idea for themselves. In the meantime, Taylor and McDonald's could see how good of a product this was because they're literally stealing it as it's happening. And they realized how much money they were about to be out. So they're like, we need to act fast. So on October 17th, 2020, a guy named Timothy Fitzgerald sent out an email to certain McDonald's and Taylor higher-ups. And it said, quote, not sure if there's anything we can do to slow up the franchise community on the other solution, and not sure what the communication from either McDonald's or Mid can or will go out. So basically, it was kind of like an encrypted, a secretive type of email. And basically, they're saying, hey, we know this Kitsch product's out there. We know that we're going to lose a shit ton of money. How can we make this go away as soon as possible?
Got it.
And you might be asking, who is this Timothy Fitzgerald?
Yes.
So he is the CEO of a company called Middleby. And Middleby is a parent company of Taylor.
Of course it is.
Co-founder Melissa Nelson of Kitsch, she later said that the email was, quote, an ambiguous yet direct message to his underlings. It's just like a mafia boss giving coded instruction to his team to whack someone, end quote, which it kind of is.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very strong analogy.
It is, but about 2 weeks later, after the CEO sent out this message to the higher-ups, McDonald's on November 2nd, 2020, sent out an email to all U.S. franchise owners saying that they have been made aware of this new product and that franchise owners must not use this product because it represented a safety hazard for staff. In that email, they threatened to void any warranties if they found out that a franchise owner was using this product. And they explained that the product caused the ice cream machine to turn on while it was in repair mode, which could cause great bodily damage or death to the employees.
So they're
like,
using
it's
scare
rip
tactics.
your hand off, 100%. But at some point, Kitsch came back and they're like, based on your fucking manuals, the machine has to be unplugged. the blades have to be removed, and the door has to be off before you can ever even put it into repair mode.
Oh, so they're calling bullshit.
Safe. So it's never going to rip your arm off or kill you, but they were trying to scare everyone of they're literally going to lose a limb or their warranty is going to be voided. So they were trying everything they could to get franchise owners not to use this.
And the voided warranty component is less compelling. I mean, I understand as a franchise owner, if your warranty is voided, then if it can't be repaired, you'll have to replace it or just continue using someone else who's going to repair it. And
exactly. Or I would just go buy a different fucking ice cream machine. I'm sure.
Right? Like when you do a cost analysis of how much you might be losing in revenue with this thing constantly being broken versus what the cost to replace it would be, I'm willing to bet that it's not too far out there to consider that.
Yeah. Exactly. But people were scared. You know, these are usually regular people that buy franchises and then they make a shit ton of money. But, you know, it's not like corporations buying.
And it's probably leaning into the fact that, you know, if you're working at McDonald's, like you really don't want to lose anything while working at McDonald's. Like there should not be a threat of life or limb when working in the fast food industry. So I'm sure that.
Yeah, to be fair, most franchise owners do not actually work there. They'll like come in every now and again, but they just rake in the money and they make everyone else do it. But yes, I agree. At the bottom of this email sent out by McDonald's in bold, it said, quote, as such, McDonald's strongly recommends that you remove the Kitch device from any machine and discontinue all use and is reminding you that continued use is not a proof and is at your sole risk, end quote. So they're really fucking laying it on thick.
They are.
Which now brings us to the current lawsuit.
Oh.
Now a quick word from our sponsor. Do you live in the Bay Area? Are you in need of a CPR class for work or just to gain knowledge? Well, look no further because CPR Education has you covered. They host public classes every Saturday in Pleasant Hill, ranging from CPR and first aid, BLS for healthcare providers, infant essentials for new and expecting parents, and EMSA-approved courses for licensed childcare providers. Whatever need you have, CPR Education has a solution. Go to cpredu.com and use code CRACKED for 20% off any public class. That's CRACKED, and you'll get 20% off any class of your choosing. CPR Education, keeping people together.
In January 2021, a new product was released by Powerhouse Dynamics called Open Kitchen. This product, according to their website, is a cloud-connected platform that monitors and provides remote access to data on the performance and efficiency of commercial kitchen operations.
Okay.
Does that sound like anything to you?
It does, but the words are not coming to me. I got distracted by the smell of pizza when you were talking.
So basically, they do a really good job at putting in all these big words that say this product is Kitch's product.
Okay.
It's a device that you can plug into your kitchen device and it remotely monitors it and lets you have access to fix it.
That's 100% what that is. Okay, yes.
That's kind of weird. And you may be wondering who Powerhouse Dynamics is.
Are they owned by the same fucking company, by the Taylor or the parent company?
So they are owned by Middleby Corporation, which is a parent company of Taylor.
God damn it.
So Kitch found out about this and they said, fuck you guys. So in March of 2022, Kitch sued McDonald's, Taylor, and Tyler Gamble, that one individual, for $900 million, accusing them all of false advertising, torturous interference in contracts with the customers, defamation, and stealing trade secrets.
Absolutely.
The lawsuit is still currently ongoing. And last I heard, recently, the judge denied McDonald's request to drop the lawsuit and they're continuing forward.
Good.
And then my last little note about this is as of March 2024, the Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, and the Department of Justice, DOJ, their antitrust division filed a comment with the U.S. Copyright Office asking for expanded exemption of copyright law for the right to repair certain devices. Because as I mentioned, they got this sweet gig because there was a law back in like the 80s or whatever that allowed big companies to have a monopoly over these. So the FTC is now looking into it, and the DOJ, and they're trying to find an exemption so all franchise owners can have the right to choose whomever they want to repair their
as they
operation.
should.
Yep. And that is the little case of the McDonald's ice cream machine.
I am not at all surprised that big name corporations are doing shady shit, because that's the only way it seems that any business is successful.
I know, but it's like you said, if they put a quarter of their effort into stealing shit and being shady, into just coming up with good ideas, they could make even more money, but not be total pieces of shit, or I guess be pieces of shit, but do other shitty things to get them more money. But instead they suck.
Yeah, just completely tried to fuck over that company and whatever. The FTC is like on top of things right now, though. Like there's this potential merger between Ralph's and Albertsons that's going on.
Oh, okay.
And so they're doing discovery, and because it's potentially going to create a monopoly, because you're only going to have like Walmart and no other fucking grocery stores to shop at. If
what's Bonds?
Bonds, Albertsons, Pavilions are all the same company. Ralph's, Kroger, and it's known as, you know, maybe one other name like in other parts of the country.
Oh yeah.
And so that's essentially like the majority of your options are all going to be rolled into one.
Yeah.
And like Albertsons and Bonds are notably higher in prices compared to Ralph's.
Yeah.
But like there was an email from the Ralph CEO, like an internal one that was recently came out, him acknowledging the fact that they were price gouging during the COVID crisis on things like milk, eggs, on all the staple things. Yeah. Let's take advantage of a crisis while we have it. And so like all of this shit is coming out, just exposing how shitty companies always are, and that's never going to change.
Why people insist on writing incriminating shit in an email, I will never understand.
Nothing should be in writing.
Never. No text messages, no voicemails, no emails, but people are so fucking dumb and I love it.
No instant messages, nothing. If it's not written down, it can't be used against you.
Exactly. Don't even write it on a Post-it. Like, just, you have to keep it in your brain.
Yeah, like that shit needs to be, you know, in person, carefully over the phone. Don't leave a fucking voicemail saying something incriminating. But yeah, people don't think. People are stupid.
Which I love. So yeah.
It does provide entertainment for us. That's for certain. But yeah, if I'm putting it in writing, it's something that I would say directly to your face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or what have you. Cool. Okay. That was interesting. That was a little infuriating, but
it is. Yeah. But it's like I thought it was super interesting.
I did too.
What are you going to cover?
I don't know. I was looking through my notes. I need inspiration, because otherwise I'm just going to be talking about how the Dalai Lama is a fraud. So.
I have a couple options for you. One is glitter. Like there's a whole glitter conspiracy.
Like the microplastics and shit?
Yeah, like glitter.
Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
Another one, I just added like a whole bunch to my list, and I'm willing to give you some.
Okay, yeah.
Another one is the Hawaii fires, when the whole entire state was on.
Yes.
There was like a conspiracy that they want to allegedly create, and you know how they're smart homes? They want to create a smart state. But in order to do that, they need to basically get rid of everything.
Start from scratch.
Up. So it's alleged that they set the whole entire state on fire.
That's terrible. Okay.
That is. Or you could do the death of George Reeves, who was the first Superman.
Christopher Reeves.
No, George Reeves.
George Reeves first, then Christopher Reeves? Ooh. Hold on. Well, I'm going to Google this.
Superman.
Who's George Reeves? Because I know who Christopher Reeves is. Oh, no. Okay. He was Superman from 1952 to 1958. So then, hold on. Christopher Reeves related. Oh. How weird. No, so it's George Reeves versus Christopher Reeve, but they both played Superman. So, okay. So George Reeves. Okay, interesting. George Reeves' death. So there's some suspicious activity.
I don't know if it was him specifically or all the Supermen had some sort of tragic death. I don't remember. I don't actually write details when I write these down. I just write a title thinking
that's what this entire book is. Like, okay, so I will mull it over. I will have something though, because yeah, you're going to be here this coming weekend. We have a jam-packed fucking weekend, by the way. Are you driving or flying?
Driving.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I'm like, there was no request for an airport pickup this time. So
No, I'm driving. Because I'm driving to SLO on Friday. Going to hang out in SLO.
That's right. And you were either going to come late that night or early in the morning.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to come late that night. It sounds better than getting up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, because we're gonna have an early day anyway. If we have to go down to downtown LA, we gotta check out to see if your dress is done. We have a football game for your niece to go
to get drunk and record an episode.
And record. And I have, I think, 4 dresses that will be arriving that I'm gonna have to, get your input on as well if I don't find anything else at the fashion district. So we have a lot to fit in there.
One day.
And then, aren't we supposed to work on wedding flowers and shit too?
Yes, I forgot. We have to go to Michael's and pick out all of the bridesmaids' bouquets.
Okay.
Well, I'm here on Sunday too. So
okay.
Also like split some of this up on Sunday. I just have to leave by preferably like 2.
Okay. We can get a lot done.
Yeah.
So write that down so we don't forget.
Well, I already forgot. Okay.
We need to make an agenda. We can have ChatGPT do it for us.
You are too reliant on ChatGPT.
No, I'm just trying to make the technology work for myself because I'm lazy.
But anyway, speaking of none of that, if you want to do some stuff with us, then you can go to our various... I never do this spiel. You go to a very...
Sounds like you're soliciting something nefarious.
Whatever, man. You can go to our Patreon where you can become a member and see us and some exclusive content, or you can be a free member and you still get some added benefits. You can go to our Instagram where you can DM us and send us episode suggestions. You can go to our website, crackedsistersconspiracies.com, where there's a direct link for you to send us episode suggestions because Cassie is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
It's bad.
We have an X and a Facebook that we don't really use. And then we have our OG email, which is crackedsistersconspiracies@gmail.com.
Yeah, and then we have a TikTok that's chugging along. I added a couple new clips.
You did. I saw that today.
Yes. So as I have time, I tried to do some clips on the computer versus on my phone, and they're equally terrible. So
I can only do clips on my computer. So I don't know how you add in the pictures or the subtitles. So that's why my posts are always so much different than yours.
Oh, so when you like create a post on TikTok, you like upload whatever video, and then there's options. So you can do captions, and so it'll analyze the video and you can edit the captions. You can add stickers and GIFs, and
I never see that on the computer side of it.
You can do effects and shit. So yeah, with the mobile app for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll add more stuff, more interesting snippets. Yeah.
Hold on, do you like my shirt?
I do. Oh my God, it's everything we've talked about.
I know, I got it from
on a single shirt. From Shein. There you go. Thanks, China. Anywho, I smell pizza. Evan's making pizzas and I'm getting super hungry. So I'm going to say stay cracked, y'all.
And have a great day.